New construction in Celebration, Florida, it's almost unheard of, but today you're getting the rare opportunity to take a look at a new construction house in this beautiful community today. You won't just be living near Disney, you'll be living in a community that Disney helped create. All right guys, now we're inside, so let's tour this home. This is called the Heron floor plan. This is a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bathroom home. And it starts at 2,469 square feet. Don't worry, we'll get into everything including pricing during the tour. Immediately to the right, you have your first bedroom down here. They do have this set up as an office, but this is a bedroom. And right outside of this bedroom, there is a full bathroom. So this would make a fantastic guest room or even an office like it's set up. But that person would have their own private bathroom over here. And it's kind of in its own little nook of the house, which is super nice. And then outside of the bathroom, we have this closet here, which I'll show you. Lots of storage space for all of your bathroom necessities. And not only do we have that closet, but right across from that, we have more storage. My favorite little Harry Potter closet, if you will. The light's not working, but it is lit. So yeah, I've seen people do some really cool things with these spaces actually. Obviously you can use it for storage. A lot of people will use it for like holiday decor and things like that, because yes, we do have some attic space in Florida, but it's not climate controlled, so things get kind of messed up. So I see a lot of people store holiday decor in here, but I also have seen people convert these into like wine cellars, into pet rooms and things like that. So you can get really creative with this and use it as some sort of flex space that is not a closet if you want. As we continue in this home, we've got a nice open floor concept. So we've got a living room, a kitchen, a separate dining area, and I'm gonna show you all of it. But since we're in the living room, let's just start here. I will say this space is a little bit smaller. They obviously still have room for a pretty large couch and the whole setup here. It is beautiful. The ceilings are very tall, so it feels very spacious. It's just a little bit smaller than some living rooms that you generally see in some of these homes. So I wanted to point that out. And we are surrounded by windows here on every single side. There's a lot of natural lighting in here. It's very pretty and the decor is very pretty, so I can't wait to show you around. But really quick, let's just take a break before we get too far into this tour so I can tell you why I am here. I do not work for this builder. I'm just a realtor here in Central Florida who happens to have a passion for new construction. And by the way, if you're new here, hey guys, I'm Carly, the Enchanted Agent with Denny's Realty Partners. I'm your Central Florida Disney-loving realtor. So if you're looking to make a move closer to the magic, reach out and let's find your happily ever after. And if you're looking to move closer to the magic, Celebration is just about as close as you can get. And this entire community was designed by Disney. How magical is that? I'll tell you more about that later as well. But anyway, back to why I'm here. So I just love helping people purchase new construction homes. About half of the business I do with buyers is new construction, so I have a lot of experience with it. But there are a couple reasons why you should use a realtor to purchase a new construction home. I won't bore you with that in this video, but I will link one above that I've filmed previously, which goes over a few reasons why it's essential to use a realtor for new construction. The only thing you need to know right now is if you're interested in purchasing a new build home and you would like me to represent you, I do have to be present with you the first time that you visit the builder. So make sure you call me first. We'll set the appointment and we'll go check it out. Now, if you have never purchased a new construction home before, you're not sure how it works, it is actually pretty similar to purchasing a resale home in some ways, and in some cases it costs around the same amount, sometimes even less because the builders offer incentives. If you're on the hunt for a home, you should definitely consider new construction, and if you want a little more information about how the whole process works, I do actually have a free new construction guide that I'm happy to send you. Just send me an email and I'll send that right over. Okay, let's continue the tour of this home. So we already checked out the living room here. Now let's go look at the kitchen. And you guys, this kitchen is absolutely beautiful. This builder has gone ahead and upgraded a lot of the things in here. You know, they've got the double stacked appliances. They've got a gas range, which is huge. A lot of people want gas, and there's not a lot of communities in Central Florida that have gas. It's fairly rare. So if you're looking for a gas community, this one is gas. You've got an expansive kitchen island. You've got a single sink. So they've put a lot of upgrades into this home, and it's absolutely beautiful. It really shows. So let me just take one moment and kind of explain to you how they're building homes in this community and also the price points, because that's very important. So let's get into that now. All right, let's talk about pricing and also how they're building homes in this community. So right now, this builder has a phase that is currently for sale, and they have a future phase as well. So even if you're watching this video a little bit later, even a couple months or a year after I posted it, there may still be inventory available for new construction here, which is amazing. At this time, the builder is doing a lot of spec homes, meaning they're picking the finishes, they're picking the structural designs, such as adding that office or converting that office to a bedroom, like I mentioned. So structurally, you're not going to be able to change much. However, they did tell me if you love one of these homes and they haven't gotten too far into the build process just yet, you may have the opportunity to pick out the cabinet colors, the floor colors, things like that. It just depends on how quickly you get under contract and how far along these homes are built. So they may be semi-customizable depending on the home. They may be not, it just depends. So you'll have to send me an email for more information on that. Even though these homes are technically spec homes, they have some really beautiful upgrades. The house that I'm standing in right now obviously has some great upgrades, but based on this community and the price points I'm seeing, most of these homes are probably going to have some of these upgrades selected by the builder because it's just a beautiful neighborhood. Now, as far as this home is concerned, let's get into pricing. At a base price, this floor plan, the Heron, starts at $825,990. Now keep in mind, base prices usually don't include things like lot premiums or design center upgrades. So now I'm gonna tell you prices of some of the quick move-in homes of this one they have available currently, so you have a better idea of what the all-in price would be. Of course, I have to bust out my handy-dandy pricing sheet from the builder because they actually have a lot of inventory right now. So from what I can see, they have two Herons that are currently available. One is listed at $930,990, and that is the 4-bedroom with the office. And also they have one that is $939,990, again, with the 4 bedrooms and the office. That doesn't mean they won't have more in the future that are bounced up to 5 bedrooms. You'll just have to stay in contact with me so I can give you the most up-to-date inventory. Also, while we're here, let's discuss the HOA, because this is an HOA and a CDD community. I know, but they have some really great amenities. So I'm gonna read right off this list what the HOA includes. So they have 5 pools in Celebration Village. They have the Island Village resort style pool, 2 fitness centers, tennis courts. They have a small and large dog parks, an outdoor fitness station, walking and biking trails, parks and ponds, playgrounds, vehicle charging stations, a yoga lawn. Now, the amenity prices are going to vary based on the home you purchase, so I'm just gonna put that on the screen here so you can understand what the all-in price would be to live in this community. And with that, let's continue the tour. Let's go check out the pantry now, because you guys are gonna be shocked when you see how big this thing is. It is probably one of the biggest pantries I've ever seen. I'm gonna walk all the way to the end just to show you. I think you're gonna have plenty of room for all of your stuff in here. You might need to do a couple Costco runs to fill this up. So definitely a massive pantry. And then there's a nice little dining area over here as well. They've got a table that seats 5. You could probably go a little bigger if you wanted to, but plenty of room for seating over here. All right, so you guys are gonna have to use your imagination a little bit, because for some reason the garage door is unable to be opened. So most of the homes in this area have the rear entry garage. So that would be the garage. You would enter your home through the back of the house and come in. And as you've seen already, the front of the house is over here at the front door. So A lot of houses in Celebration are like that for one reason or another, but as you enter, you have this nice little shelf built in here, a little drop zone for all of your things, and also there's another storage closet right here as well. So they really utilize this space well and put a lot of storage here. And before we head upstairs, I'm gonna show you the back patio. These sprinklers are on, so hopefully I don't get sprayed with the sprinklers. I'm not gonna talk too much outside because they're pretty loud, but let's take a look at the patio out here. All right, let's head upstairs now and check out the second floor where the rest of the bedrooms are, and there's even a flex space, and the views are great because we are on a lot right now that has like a pond front view, which is totally beautiful, giving Florida vibes. Now we are upstairs. So up here we do have this nice little loft area, and like I said, look at these views. So here's the loft. They have it set up as a second living room, and it's definitely large enough to do that, but then look at the view from out here. So beautiful. There's a nice little walking path around this pond as well. There's even some commercial space over there too, so this community is very walkable. Lots of things to do around here, but we'll get into that later. Now let's head into bedroom number 2. The rest of the bedrooms are kind of straight just down the hallway. I'll show you what it looks like just so you know. So here's the stairs. Here's the loft. This was bedroom number 2 in the house, and then the rest of everything is down this hallway here. So we're gonna continue straight. So immediately to my right outside of bedroom number 2, we have a full bathroom here. So this has a dual vanity, but it also has a separately closeted area with a shower, bathtub, and the toilet. So multiple people can be getting ready in this space at the same time. As we continue down the hall, we've got bedrooms number 3 and 4. So we'll go check out bedroom number 3 first. And immediately across the hall is bedroom number 4. And of course, at the very end of the hall, we have the last bedroom, which is the primary. And I know it's kind of confusing. I said downstairs that this was 4 bedrooms, but this actually starts at 4 bedrooms. So downstairs would be an office, but they have converted that into a 5th bedroom as well. So this in total has 5 bedrooms. Here is the primary bedroom. I love that there's windows on 2 different sides. So there's so much natural lighting in here. It feels very airy and open. And then we've got the primary ensuite bathroom. You've got a nice dual vanity, a walk-in shower. You've got the separate water closet and a very decently sized walk-in closet as well. Pretty big. All right, well, that concludes the tour of this home, but make sure you stay tuned because that's not the end. I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about Celebration, what it's like to live here, and what there is to do around here, and some important drive times as well, so stay tuned. Remember that commercial space I mentioned earlier in the loft? Well, here it is in person. This is literally right down the street from this community. You could absolutely spend your mornings grabbing a coffee, getting a haircut, or checking out this Mexican restaurant that I actually had lunch at, and it was really good. But that's not all. About 5 minutes away from this community is Celebration Point. This is a mixed-use commercial space that has dining, restaurants, and of course a public supermarket. There's also a gym in here, pure bar, and plenty of other things as well. Now let's talk driving, but let's keep in mind that this is based on Google Maps at the time that I'm filming this video, and drive times may vary. But from this community, you can be on Walt Disney World property in just under 10 minutes. To get to those other parks, Universal Orlando Resort, those are going to take you just about 30 minutes to get to. If you need to hop on a flight at Orlando International Airport, you can be there in under 30 minutes. Downtown Orlando is going to be about a 40-minute drive.